The following 7 heresies are contained in the first part of Book 3. Number 70. The Aldeans form a schism and faction, but not, however, a heresy. They pursue a well-ordered way of life and profess a faith which is in every respect like that of the Catholic Church. The greater part of them live in monasteries, and they do not hold communion with all. They are also much addicted to the use of the apocryphal scriptures. They overly censor such of our bishops as are wealthy, and other of our bishops for other reasons. They are peculiar in that they celebrate Easter with the Jews. They also hold something peculiar and contentious in that they give a most harsh interpretation to the expression after the image. Number 71, the Photinians. This Photinus was a native of Sirmium and had ideas similar to those of Paul of Samosata, but he differed from him in some things. He, too, asserts that Christ had his beginning from Mary. Number 72, the Marcellians come from a Marcellus of Ancyra in Galatia. This man was originally reputed to think very much like Sibelius, yet although he oftentimes defended himself even in writing, he was accused by some of continuing to adhere to the Sabellians. It is possible, however, that he changed his mind and may have set himself straight, or that his disciples may have done so, because some of the moderate Orthodox came to the defense of his statements. Number 73, the Cimmerians. While they, on the one hand, confess Christ to be a creature, on the other hand, captiously declare that he is not a creature like other creatures. But they say we do call him son, yet we say that he is created, lest we attribute suffering to the Father because of his having begotten him. In the same way, they also definitely postulate a creature. In the case of the Holy Ghost, they reject the identity and substance of the Son and prefer to say similarity in substance. Some of them, however, have rejected the similarity in substance as well. Number 74, the Pneumatochai. While they speak very well concerning Christ, blaspheme the Holy Ghost by making him a creature and not of the Godhead. Rather, by a misuse of words, they say that he was produced through an operation and is nothing more than a sanctifying force. Number 75, the Arians. This Arius was a native of Pontus, and being still alive, he continues to be a source of annoyance. He became a priest of the bishop of Heresies, who has been accused of being an Arian. Since Arius had not been appointed bishop, he gave out many things against the church. While absolutely Arian in his faith, he has gone to even greater excess by holding that it is unnecessary to offer mass for the deceased. He forbids fasting on Wednesdays and Fridays and during Lent, and also forbids the celebration of Easter. He preaches the renunciation of all worldly goods. He indulges without restraint in every sort of meat and food. Should any one of his followers wish to fast, he tells him not to do so on the stated days, but whenever he wishes. For he says, you are not under any law. He furthermore claims that there is no differences between bishops and priests. Number 76, the Ateans come from Ateus, a Sicilian who was ordained deacon by the Arian bishop of Alexandria, George. They are also called Anomians, I guess, and by some Enomians after a certain Eunomius, or I guess that would be Eunomians, after a certain Eunomius, who was a disciple of Ateus. Eudoxius also was one of them, but it would seem that he dissociated himself out of fear of Emperor Constantine, so that Teus was banished. At any rate, Eudoxius continued to be Arian-minded, although not, indeed, after the fashion of Ateus. The Anomians or Ateians completely separate Christ and the Holy Ghost from God the Father. They aver that Christ is a creature and say that he has not even a similarity to the Father. By means of Aristotelian syllogisms and geometric proofs, they attempt to explain the nature of God, and in the same way try to show that Christ cannot, as they pretend, be from God. The Enomians, who stem from them, rebaptize all those who come to them. Not only non-Arians, but even those that come from the Arians. As a strong rumor has it, they put the feet of those being baptized up in the air and baptize them on the head. They say that it is nothing serious to have erred in any way, whether by fornication or some other sin, since God requires nothing else save that one adhere to this faith which they hold.